By its nature, the workshop it should be interactive and engage everyone in the problem solving and the questions and answers. However, given the situation, I think it was best to do it online, and I'm hoping that you'll get the benefit out of what we have prepared today. Before I start, I'd like to thank our team at RIME, the BRB RIME, students and the research associates. This, although I had my class notes, but it had to be condensed to be made at least for today's presentation, and they were extremely helpful in doing so. So I want to thank all of them, and I want to acknowledge, their contribution. I'm hoping that I will be able to sustain this for the rest of the day. However, if I feel I'm getting any fatigue, I'll ask some of my colleagues to jump in and help out. So before we start, I think this is geared towards entry-level engineers. Some of you might be, advanced and you've done many designs yourself.
Professor, Hani, you are muted by someone.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So my hands are off. Okay. I think some of you may have had the experience of doing design, and I think my intention here is to really give you the most updated, point in time of the ASH to LRFD. And I'll talk a little bit about the historical development so you would have a feeling of how did things change and why. I've been involved, I've been fortunate to be involved in the original calibration of the LRFD, which came out in 1994. And I also, not unfortunate, to be involved in 2014 in the second calibration, which was at the serviceability limit states. So I think this way you are really getting the inside story of what went on and what are the changes were based upon. Then we'll go into the trying to talk about what are the loads and how do we distribute loads into the different from the main system, which is the whole bridge with the girders and the diaphragms, to the per girder, because the design in ASH2 is done per element, per girder. So we will talk about how do we transfer all that complicated loading into a loading per girder. And then we move on to talk about design of the deck, and then we move on to talk about design of the girder. And I had more topics that I could cover. However, since we're going to be a resource for you, we will do it in the future. We'll have another day for steel bridges, so we might be able to cover a little bit more. So without any further ado, I want to thank also the BRB, at NJDOT, the BRB team, Ali, Eric, Anchor, for their suggestion. I think this is a good idea